Hello, this is Game with Magus. I am Magus, and we are back with some more Final Fantasy. Now, I know it's been a lot of Final Fantasy, but that's okay. Just trying to get through it and enjoy it. Because it's going to be a long wait until the third final act comes out. Because to be honest with you, there's 3 discs on the OG, and there's going to be 3 games. And I'll be honest, on the OG one, that third disc was short, so I have no idea what all kind of stops they're going to pull out for that third one. They're really going to flesh that one out. But we played Final Fantasy Remake, enjoyed that, got that finished. Played Final Fantasy VII Crisis Core Reunion, which was kind of a prequel. It was different. It was interesting. Definitely you could see the age on the title. But it was fun nonetheless and kind of interesting. So I'm glad to get back into and see a more up-to-date version that has all the shiny bits. So, this is going to be my unboxing of Final Fantasy VII Deluxe Rebirth. So we're going to go ahead and check that out. I'm going to pull the disc out first and get that installing so that way we're good. So, first things first, let's open up this package very carefully, because I do not want to damage it, because I like to keep all my boxes. Okay, so that takes care of that. Hopefully I don't need any more scissors. So, got the Final Fantasy logo on the front, matte black, kind of like it. Kind of reminds me of, where's it at? Do some comparison. My Final Fantasy Remake Deluxe. Give you an idea. Very similar in box art. Obviously, this is PlayStation 4 because it's the only way you could get the Deluxe edition back then. On the back, you can see Defy Destiny Together, what all it includes. This clearly is a 2-disc set, which is kind of crazy considering this was originally on 1 disc on the OG one. We'll go ahead and open this bad boy up. Let's see here. What are we looking at? How do we open this guy? Ah, on the side. He's the side opener. Interesting. Makes sense. Okay. So, what do we have? We have the game. Ah, see, it's a good thing I kept those scissors handy. I'm going to go ahead and we'll do this one first. Alrighty. So, there's the game if you bought it, of course. Has the stuff. Again, Defy Destiny again on the back. Not a whole lot of surprise. We open it up. And it's got pre-order. You get the original soundtrack. It appears to be a online download, I believe, is what we're looking at here. I'm not going to show you the code, obviously. It looks like it also has, yes, it also looks like it has a reversible cover. So not only do you have this if you want, but it also has the black art, which is kind of cool. I like the fact that they do that. Probably doesn't cost them a whole lot more, and it allows people to enjoy their personal preference. Especially probably for the people who only get the original. So you got a data disc and a play disc. So what we're going to do, the data disc, we're going to go ahead and put that in real quick. Okay, it's doing its thing. Now, as for the play disc, it's got Cloud on it, which is cool. We'll pop that out here in a second once it's done. That's interesting that they did that. Wonder why. Alright, so what else do we have in this lovely thing? Well, first of all, it comes with a steelbook, which is really nice. So it looks like you got Cloud and Zack. So this is reminiscent of the end of Crisis Core, which is really cool that they have that going on. I'm guessing there's going to be some stuff with that going on, which is of interest. And again, we got the Buster Sword in the back. That's kind of nice. That's the, let's see if I can focus it. So there's the side of it, as you can see. That's kind of cool. And I'll refocus the back so you can see it. And the front so you can get a closer look. So pretty cool. Kind of like it. I mean, honestly, it's kind of understated. It's got 2 things for disc. I would rock this on my case, to be honest. Versus this. I mean, that versus that just looks very sexy. I like that. Of course, this is more legible right here, obviously. So there's that. We have Final Fantasy VII Rebirth art book. So we got this. This is what the book looks like. And the side. It's a smaller art book than what I'm used to seeing with these things. Usually I'm used to really big books. It has the pre-rendered stuff is what it looks like, or rendered stuff. It doesn't look like there's any actual like hand-drawn stuff. Okay, there is some hand-drawn stuff in here. Enemies is what it looks like. Some of the summons. Oh, okay. There are some characters that are hand-drawn. So that's kind of cool. If you want to sit and look at it, it's a lot more manageable than a larger book. I don't know how I feel about that, per se. Do I like the smaller book versus the bigger book? I don't know. I mean, it's kind of nice because it doesn't take up a lot of room. But, I don't know. And then we have an actual CD, a soundtrack on here. Looks like it's got, what, 12 tracks on it? So, now you might be saying to yourself, if you're younger, what the heck is this CD? If I can get this open. Well, back in the day, we had CDs. And on the CDs, you would have a limited number of tracks, and they were of high quality and whatnot. They weren't compressed. I can't open it. Oh, well. Well, let's see if I can get it this way. But what would end up happening is you'd have to, since they only had 12 tracks on before the iPod and all that stuff, and iPhones and MP3s, you would have to change out discs all the time. And that was a real pain. Wasn't really safe if you were driving. It was a problem. And so consequently, they came out with MP3s. They started doing things like Napster, do file sharing, and then finally digital and all that jazz. Yeah, man, this thing is in there. Man. This is one of the harder ones I've seen to open. Alright, here we go. Oh. Hold on. Okay. So. Let's see if we can not get a reflection. It's really shiny. So it's got the black logo on it. And has cloud on the disc. And you would pop it in your CD-ROM or on your computer, and you would rip it and maybe make MP3s in the later years, and or you would end up listening to it in your car in a CD player. Now cars aren't coming with CD players, so you might not know or even care about that. But one of the cool things about it is the quality is going to be a pretty high quality compared to an MP3. So, let's see here. There we go. And I'll put this again here. That, and of course we'll keep the game disc out because we're going to need that. So overall, what do I think? I pay a little bit more for it. The art book and the audio, I think, ends up making it worth it. There's still books and extra bonus. Usually for pre-orders and stuff, they give that out. So I think, in general, it was pretty good value for what it was. Because, I mean, you're already paying $70. The audio soundtracks can easily be, 15, $20 sometimes, which is quite ridiculous. Of course, that is a mini soundtrack, so it's not the entire audio soundtrack of the game. But it's generally more popular tracks, because obviously they're not going to put music on there that's, hey, here's the town music, and hey, here's this and that, right? They're not typically going to do that in that regard. So I think it was a fair value. Art book, audio, and a steel book, all for basically $30, I believe it was. That's not too bad. And plus, how often does that actually come out? Now, it also looks like, okay, so it's just pre-order for the soundtrack. So they'll sell you the actual soundtrack if you want. Okay, so it doesn't actually come with it with the standard game. All right, I thought that was a little weird. So if you like that, let me know. Give me a thumbs up and subscribe. And of course, if you didn't already know, I stream Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday at twitch.tv/GameWithMagus at 9:30. Also, you should follow me on my Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook account to make suggestions of games you'd like to see me play, or reviews or reactions. And until next time, stay adventurous.